Good morning, Nightmare Roadshow peeps. This is SOS, and I'm here with my co-host.
Birdy. Morning,
And
everybody. How you doing?
good morning. We are here with to record Rowdy's Curiosity Chronicles, and it's our news segment. And sorry, I had facial surgery, so I am hiding for a few weeks until all the bruising and swelling goes away, and then I will look like a movie star. uh, all right. Dirty Birdie, what's our first news story?
So, this news story comes out of, how do I say this? Stoughton, Wisconsin.
Okay.
And on October 24th, the County Public Health Agency transported 5 people with a possible foodborne illness to the hospitals. And come to find out, it came these pizzas were being sent out by a place called Famous Yeti's Pizza.
Okay.
And and after a while, they serve these pizzas, and while they were making these pizzas, they ran out of cooking oil. So one of the workers visited a industrial kitchen nearby,
Okay.
and he apparently grabbed the wrong oil. He grabbed
Oh,
food grade hemp oil, which has Delta 9 cannabis and the active ingredient in marijuana.
oh God.
So this
No. Can
pizza
you
place,
imagine? You got all
Famous
your
Yetis,
goodies around
served
the
six.
table?
They served 60 contaminated pizzas,
Oh my God.
and they got the the county health agency got dozens of reports that day. So the kitchen did close down for a total scrub down. So
Well, so you've got mom and pop and all of the kids. It's pizza night, Friday night. Nobody wants to cook. And so you've got like everybody higher than a kite, and they have no idea why. That
yeah,
that's terrifying if you don't know,
yeah. Well,
you know.
you imagine you eat a slice or slice and a half, and you put on a movie, and about an hour in, you're just sitting on the couch and going,
And
and you're
not
looking
only
at
that,
everybody else around. Dad, what's wrong? I feel like I'm
not
holding
only
to the
that,
couch. I
but
don't know. Get the
and
phone.
an
Call
hour
somebody.
after that, they're all making a run to the local 7-Eleven for every Cheetos and snack food that they can get their hands on.
They're sitting there going, I'm hungry. I'm going to have another pizza.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. So what happened? Did they get fined? Does it say?
I don't know if they did get fined. I don't know the weed laws in Wisconsin. All it says is they shut down the kitchen. They did a total scrub down, so
Yeah.
I'm guessing they might have got a fine.
Well, I bet there's lawsuits, unfortunately. I
I mean,
mean, I bet there's lawsuits. So,
yeah. Well,
I mean,
I
it was an accident, but still, if you accidentally kill someone, there's a lawsuit or you can go to prison. It's still, who
yeah.
knows? Who knows?
Unless it
So,
actually went to a stoner's house and they're like, "Hey
I
man,
know,
you hooked me up for free."
college dorm, I mean, that would be fine. Oh my God. Unless it was Brigham Young University, and then, yeah, then maybe.
Oh, torches and pitchforks galore.
Oh my God. I know, right? Oh Lord. Yeah. Actually, no, never mind. My brain goes right there like, that would be kind of fun. But no. Okay.
No, no,
You
no,
want me?
no, no. We don't do human testing anymore.
No. We shouldn't. We think about it, but we shouldn't. Okay.
Yeah.
So here's an interesting story for you. So you've heard of the Body Farm, right? They have one in Tennessee, and the Body Farm is where they take You can donate your body to it when you die, and they put you in different scenarios, your body's in different scenarios to see how it decomposes. And that gives them forensically a lot of information that we wouldn't have, right? Well, there is a body farm in Whitewater, Colorado, where um, they have all of these bodies in different scenarios, right? They'll put them underwater, they'll put them in cars, they'll put them whatever. All these different scenarios that maybe a killer has put these bodies in, or people have died in these mysterious ways, and then they can get all this information. Well, what they found was the bodies were disappearing at alarming rates, and they couldn't figure out what it was. And I think that they put up some cameras or somehow saw what was going on, but it was domesticated kitty cats coming in and feasting on the bodies. So it was all these scavenging cats, and they're coming in and they're just like, eating away. So they had like 40 plus, I think, corpses in this body farm. And they found that was some domesticated, but a lot of feral cats. A big colony of cats have figured out that this is a food source. And they came in and they're wreaking havoc on this place. And I don't know what they're going to do with these cats, but I don't know if they're going to trap them and kill them. I don't know, because this is a scientific research center, and now all of the science that they're doing is being destroyed. But
Yeah.
you would also think that you could research that aspect of it, because birds are going to come in and do the same thing to a body. They're going to scavenge it, and bobcats and
All sorts of
cougar.
all sorts of critters will
Yeah,
eat a corpse. But
right. So
yeah,
I guess
I,
unless you cage the body and just have insects allowed, it would be a natural process. If I died out in the woods and feral cats ate me, then what's the difference? You know?
yeah, there's been quite a few cases of somebody living in a house. They've got two or three cats. They sit down to watch TV. They expire, and in 2 or 3 days they are eaten.
Well,
And
yeah,
they're
your
houseboats.
animals are going to consume you because they're not being fed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, they got a huge farm. They can pick and choose anyone they want and eat them. Yeah, just
So in 1994, this article that I was reading, there was apparently a guy who died in his home and he had 10 cats. And by the time people realized that this guy was like missing, and this is sad because obviously nobody's checking on him. He doesn't have a lot of friends because he's missing. Like, I would hope that you and the rest of the Nightmare Roadshow crew, like, if you weren't getting responses back to our message boards, like when we're talking all the time, you'd go, oh shit, what's going on with Colleen? Right? So,
yeah,
yeah. But
yeah. Well,
this guy
yeah. If I
died and he
didn't hear
said,
from you like during the week or usually like Fridays, if I didn't hear from you on a Friday or something like that, I'm like, okay, where's she at? And
yeah,
even if I dialed you on the phone, and you didn't pick up. I'm like, I'm going to her place.
great. So, but this guy, because he had 10 cats, by the time they found him, he was completely defleshed. It was just his skeleton. They had ate him entirely
Oh yeah,
because they were starving. And then he had died of a prescription overdose, and said that the cats also died from
what
ingesting
now?
because they feasted. They were eating his body, and he had died. He did a prescription overdose, either inadvertently or inadvertently, right? Either and they were eating the organs that had all of the prescription
Oh,
medicine, and they were dying. So, and then there was another. I mean, this happens a lot, but there was an elderly couple. Um, let's see. There was an elderly couple at not a couple, but there was two elderly people on this body farm, and they watched this animal, one of the feral cats, how they were defleshing these people, and they went for the fat first, and then and all the soft tissue, obviously, and they said it continued to do so for I think 35 days. So cats are hunters, but they're also opportunistic, like any animal out there.
Mhm.
So it's pretty gross to think, but yeah, my animals, I mean, they're gonna take me out if I don't feed them. So um, yeah, that's why I was so cautious around my pigs. They were cute, they were fun when they were little, but as they got bigger, I started getting a little bit afraid of them. Yeah. So,
Yeah,
do you have another story?
I do.
Okay.
Um, so this story comes out of, oh geez, I don't know if I can pronounce this. Opelika, Alabama. Uh,
Okay.
in April 2023, a young couple, I don't know if I should say their names or not. Anyway, they bought a coffee shop and set up shop, and within the first week, they're already having strange experiences. Um, One of the coffee shop owners claims that he started hearing rustling noises in the back office when nobody else is in there. He said that happened pretty often. Um, he also was claiming that when he was in the shop alone from open to close, he could hear footsteps coming from the main office to the counter. Um, on September 5th, 2024, early in the morning, a staff member was in the shop alone when he said he saw a soldier walk up, walk towards them, and then disappear. So, come to find out, Opelika, Alabama was a uh, Confederate something. What was it? Do, 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 do. Yeah, it was a Confederate supply depot,
Okay.
and so the owner initially thought that it was like bad wiring or something like that, and mold and stuff like that can sometimes make you trip out, and he would say that it would get more active towards July. They would hear the footsteps no matter what time of day. He could be there from open to close and hear the footsteps come to the office and stop at the counter. And he also said that we have a little office window that connects our main floor to the office, and he said he saw a shadow figure poke its head out of the window when nobody was in there. So that would be unnerving to see that.
Yeah.
And another thing he said he had some expired milk that he put in the back office and forgot about. A couple days later, his wife said, "Hey, you got a mess to clean up back there." And he's like, "What?" And when he went to the back, you know, he thought the milk spoiled and made a bunch of gases in the milk carton, and it popped. Well, when he went to go clean up the mess, he looked down and saw the milk carton on the ground with a boot print on it, and he said it was an old army boot print or something like that. And he said nobody in this shop has ever worn combat boots.
Hmm.
So yeah,
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 it's
it's just.
Interesting how many of those buildings that are tied to either the Civil War or the Revolutionary War, right, have activity because they were used for so many things throughout the years. So you have a couple hundred years of crazy activity in these buildings.
Yeah, it makes me wonder why the activity would pick up in July unless there was a major battle going on.
Alabama. Yeah, we'd have to look and see if there was tied to a big battle there. All of that whole area, all the way up through New York has got battlefields, and there
Yeah,
was
yeah,
major campaigns everywhere. So yeah, that's interesting. I wonder
yeah.
also because July is meteorologically very active with tornadoes and thunderstorms, and because you have the convection, all the heat and everything. I'm wondering if that activity spurs on more paranormal stuff, because we find more paranormal stuff if we have a lightning storm or
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of like when we were talking about on our ghost train episode, like if a thunderstorm's moving in and there's a lot of charged ions in
yeah,
the air and it's cold front pushes that down, could it possibly charge up the paranormal, so to speak,
right.
so then they can manifest? But yeah, I'll have to look into
It
um,
would be
some
curious.
Civil War battles there because it makes me think that there was a month-long siege because it was a Confederate supply depot.
Yeah, that's it's interesting concept. We should follow up on that. That would be interesting. The timing of that. Do you have any more on that one? You want me to move to my next one?
Uh, Go to your next one.
Okay. So in Russia, there's a shuttered chemical plant. It's a, now defunct plant, and they have a of dogs roaming the
Uh,
chemical plant. Yeah, really interesting. So people are going, why are these dogs blue? Did they roll in something? I mean, they're blue too. If you see the pictures of these dogs, they're blue. And it's not, I don't think, I think it's a, like, almost could be almost a genetic mutation from something they're getting into or exposed to around this chemical plant, because God knows what they did with a lot of these chemicals over there. So some people are questioning, like, did they roll in copper sulfate, which is manufacturing. It's used in a lot of different manufacturing processes, but they don't know. These are dogs that are feral. I mean, they're a pack of dogs that are just out there, right? So they're not mom and pop's dog, next door to the chemical plant. They actually live within the confines of this fenced area, and they are being captured. There's reports that people are trying to capture them, study them, and try to see if in that they've rolled in, or if they can get them back to a normal color, or find out what exposure that they've had and try to reverse that exposure. But there's a lot of these dogs over there. It's not just a couple. So I don't know what they're going to do. The dogs seem healthy. I mean, they're healthy. They're not thin. They're living off critters, local critters. So who knows? But
it's
that
got to
would
be,
be
yeah, it's got to be something they're eating.
either eating or getting into. But yeah, you would think that it would also have some kind of weird, like, bizarre side effects, but they seem healthy. So who
Who knows?
knows? It would be weird to go walking in the woods and see blue dogs walk up, near you. I think that would be a little weird.
Yeah, they're all blue healers.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. So that was it for my news stories. I don't know if you had anything else
Uh, no, that's all I
up
had.
to date. All right. Well, I hope that you liked this episode of Rowdy's Curiosity Chronicles, and we will catch you next week. Bye.
See you guys later.